our local market has changed, and this has impacted the revenue I'm able to generate for my business. How does this impact the value of my business? This is a very common question that we have been receiving over the last 5 years. How has the economic situation of the national economy as well as the local economy impacted the value of a business? We had the implications as a result of COVID with mandatory shutdowns that impacted businesses, and everyone knew that value was impacted on every business that had to shut down. However, the market has bounced back. Those businesses, hopefully they didn't sell and they're still operating and succeeding. But in today's economy, there are businesses in states across the country that are being impacted and molded by the local economy. And inflation is one of those key economic factors that impacts the value of a business. However, I want to touch on a concrete contracting company that I was associated with. And the reason why economics is important is because every business is tied to other businesses. And if the price of concrete or phosphate goes up, then there is a dramatic change in how you should be pricing your concrete per foot. And there are so many different elements. So like inflation, for instance, for restaurants, your food cost has gone up, your labor has gone up. And so as a result, your prices have to go up. And so your economics is important because it impacts the value of a business. Ultimately, if you're looking at a construction company in this current economy where residential housing has slowed somewhat, commercial projects have slowed somewhat due to the rise in the cost of debt, there are a lot of aspects in the economy that impact the value of a business. And amid this fluctuation in the market, there are companies that will figure out, because they've been around for a long time, how to ride the wave and make it through this current economic cycle. However, there are a lot of companies that have never been through this type of economic cycle, and so therefore they do not make the appropriate decisions. And so when it comes to business valuation and why economics impacts the value of the business, we take a good look at the local economy. How are all the other competitors in your market being impacted by the value, or not by the value, but by the current change in underlying inventory purchases, the change in underlying commodities, the change in the cost of labor. And great example, I own a plumbing company. And in the time that I've owned that plumbing company, we've only seen the hourly rate of our employees increase as a result of the change in demand for their skill sets. And so therefore, if we're seeing an increase in our underlying labor, somehow that has to pass along to our customers in the form of an increase in price. And as a result of that, we might lose some customers due to price elasticity and the fact that some customers aren't willing to pay above a certain amount. However, in order to provide the same level of service and to provide a good, healthy margin for our company to continue its growth and trajectory, we need to understand prices. And our local economy impacts that. And so from a business valuation standpoint, we dig into economic indicators, we dig into the company, we dig into its expenses and its revenue, and we're understanding how everything is tied together, how everything is impacted. Like for instance, when we were in the COVID period, there was supply chain issues. And if you have supply chain issues and you are a appliance retail establishment, like if it's going to take you 6 months to get a dishwasher so that you can put it on your floor to sell to someone else, like you're going to order that before you even need it. Because if it takes 6 months and you sell that a dishwasher in month 1 and you don't have anything to replace that dishwasher on the floor of your retail establishment, like you're missing out on revenue. And so you're going to pre-order and try to time it in such a way that you can have enough inventory on hand in order to meet the demand and the needs of the customers. And so supply chain is important because if you are unable to receive that product, everything is delayed. Revenue is delayed. Your customers might go somewhere else to find the same product. Or, there's just a lot to take into consideration. So if you are looking at the value of a business, whether you're looking to sell or buy, understanding the economics of that business and what impacts it internally and externally is important. And that's what we do when performing a business valuation of a company. So if you're looking to understand the value of a business, give peakbusinessvaluation.com a call, fill out our form on our website to kind of schedule a time. But you can also call our phone. So our phone line. It's 435-359-2684. If you're interested in understanding how the economics and the economic landscape impacts business valuation, you should reach out to Peak. We look forward to chatting with you, and we hope this has been educational for you.